All right, let's get our hands dirty. Dig through some garbage here. I
there's plenty
think
of it.
most people who are too connected online to the online world, which I am, you are, anybody who is out there, that's we're all swimming in the same garbage. It's bad. We shouldn't do that. Anyways, you've probably seen this Oklahoma student wrote an essay, tried to cite the Bible, got someone placed on leave, whole thing. So, but our man here shared this. So give me your thoughts off the top, then I can go on my own, spiel. Give it to me.
Sure. So essentially, she's taking. I don't know what the class was, but they had to read
Psychology?
an article. I don't know if it was a psychology class. It says that's her major,
Psychology.
but I don't know if it's a
Oh, yeah,
class.
you're right. She was studying. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Not sure. I'm sure it's in that realm, though, right? And
Mm-hmm.
they were assigned an article to read about something to do with gender, and she responds with basically 2 pages, which I still think is unacceptable for a college essay.
But again,
2
I
pages of-
don't think it had to be that long. But go ahead.
I mean, there's nothing cited. Like, what is this? Anyways,
Friend, this is not a defense for her. Go ahead.
She basically goes on a 2-page rant about how God made gender and we just shouldn't question that. She gets a 0 for the paper because, like, even if this was a theological class, you're getting a 0 on this paper.
She gets a 0 and cries out to Jesus. Go ahead.
She fell on her knees, cried out to Jesus. TPUSA, who was just over around
Oh
the
boy,
hall,
they cry out to Jesus for sure. Go ahead.
They heard her crying out, and they came to her defense. Actually, I'm pretty sure she reached out to TPUSA when she got a 0 on the essay. But she basically is saying something along the lines of, this is discriminatory, like, against her, she's being denied her religious freedoms, but also her freedom of speech.
And we got to talk about freedom of speech here again.
Jesus Christ.
Because I've made plenty of video in my day, even besides this, and I've trafficked in the definition of that heavily. So, yeah.
Well, again, okay, let's just be clear. Anybody that's bitching about freedom of speech, if I can hear your voice bitching about how you don't have freedom of speech, and I don't know who the fuck you are in real life or live anywhere near you, you still have your freedom.
It's such a good point. It's its own, confusing bullshit message. It's just like, wait a minute. I don't want to listen to you because you're dumb as shit, but I have to listen to you. Go ahead. Listen, it's great.
In another tab, right? I have an article about her position on it, and in another tab, I have her full unredacted paper that she submitted. Where is your freedom of speech being denied? Not anywhere here. What she wanted was a passing grade for a bullshit essay. That is not getting a passing grade on your essay is not a denial of your freedom of speech. You said what you wanted to. You're also expecting like a pat on the back for it. Get the fuck out of here. But my broader point is, and because I have my suspicions, I feel like this person took this class on purpose, found the first I don't know, what would you say? Not experimental. You get what I'm saying? They're talking about gender in society here, right? Like, she found the first article that she could play up to sort of the whole religious right doesn't have any representation in college angle. She intentionally wrote a bad paper. Again, these are my suspicions. These are my tinfoil hats. And now she's reaching out to TPUSA to make a big stink about it. And I think...
No, and I wrote the same thing.
In the head... Okay, so you're on the same page as me. You think she's performative. This is performative.
She's trying to be an influencer. Go ahead, finish your thought.
Right. So this is why in the headline here for this topic, I have... well, first I open with headline readers aren't allowed to participate in democracy anymore. I typed that, after reading about the story and getting very frustrated. Because this kind of behavior is angling for people who only read the headlines. Because anybody who picked this story apart for even more than 2 minutes and looked at her paper can see that this whole thing's bullshit. She's looking to make
and
a mountain out of a molehill here, and just
even
cry about how the right's being suppressed.
And even anybody who might pick through here and think it's not bullshit, why is she, if she has a class she's taking that she's sincere about, and she's sincere about doing well in that class, why would she ever go to anybody externally? It doesn't make any sense. There's been zero people ever that have ever said to themselves, like, oh, I'm going to go say something in a way that's like any sort of serious about the class itself. You're not. That's so performative, just in itself. And look, you want to support her viewpoint, regardless of the context, go ahead. But you're openly supporting people who are basically scam artists, in a way. Just know that. That's what it is. You're not producing these people from laboratories that build integrity in any way, shape, or form. You're rewarding this behavior. I was reading an article the other day about some guy in Idaho who has a bar who just triggers the libs on X, and he just gets like traffic from that, and just knows that he can just traffic in that and be like, I get death threats, even though like who knows if he is or not, just because like he gets on Fox News, does the rounds. So this is the environment you've created. It just is. Know that. Yes. Know that. Even if you're someone who is on the right, which we see the comments, we get a lot of you out there. Hello. At times, but I hate Jordan Peterson. Anyways, that's the environment you created. So,
it is a, to me, it's a who can be the biggest victim kind of environment, and how can you play up that victimhood for the headline?
You are the woke now, and I've heard a lot of influencers. I shouldn't say influencers. That dude, what are we doing these days? Can we turn the internet off? Anyways, I do participate, and I watch a lot of people who have said, you know, to some extent, the same thing. So,
sorry, I'm just thinking, because again, these are for headline, right? Stories like this is for headline readers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this story up, because you know Fox News had a fucking piece about this, and I'm curious what their headline is. While
you do that, I'm going to once again, because she's saying it's a violation of her freedom of speech. Right? All right. I need people to understand that freedom of speech, means protected from being persecuted about it, and government overreach in the way that would be persecution. That is freedom of speech. Any sort of private entity or institution, we can debate. We can absolutely debate. I don't know if there should be like a complete fucking rainbow elsewhere, right, of whatever you want. We can debate, but that means something totally different, and that is in the realm of cultural pushback. We've done this here before many times, me and you. And it's just another thing that reminds me of that. And it reminds me again of what we just said. They have become the woke. You are the thing that... there's some term going on out there for the...
The woke right?
The woke... Oh, is it just woke right? Okay, Jesus. That's how you know I'm a boomer. I'm getting dementia. Sure. That's what my husband says, at least.
Is there a woke
but anyways,
right? I mean...
Yeah, well, sure. I've I'll watch... I think Breaking Points, well, like... Maybe Ryan Grimm says it, woke right? I don't fucking know. But it's true. You are what you have accused people in the past of being. You have become.
Yeah. You have become
whatever
the victims.
Old Asian person said that. I don't know. Nostrafutius. Go ahead.
It was... Jesus. It was Sun Tzu in The Art of War. Come on.
Oh.
So I found the headline.
Condamus. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yep.
Could you guess how they framed this? Would you be able to guess, you think?
Let me give it a try here.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see how close you are.
Oklahoma students' free speech violated. That's all I can come up with. What is it?
Oh boy, come on! You got to put more flavor into it. You're close.
I was cooking with those spices that gym boys do when it's just chicken and rice, no spice. Go ahead.
It's boiled chicken. Oklahoma student flunked by TA. Oklahoma student flunked by TA after touting Christian belief in gender essay. Directs others to push back.
Oh, that's got
What
a lot
the
of flavor in it.
is
That's
that
not boiled, dude.
headline?
That's not boiled. Someone's good
That's
over there, huh? Someone's
Because again,
good.
this is
Yeah,
this is exactly the point. This is exactly the headline that this lady wanted.
100%, dude.
She was
This screams
flunked
so
by a
performative.
TA just after
Right
shouting
after this, as
Christian
I'm just
belief.
clipping this up, I'm gonna be Googling background on that. I'm sure someone already has. Maybe there's something out there where she's trying to, or maybe there's no background, but now she's angling for an influencer. It just feels too on the
No, she
nose.
just,
And again,
you know what it is?
anybody who wants to believe any way they want about this has to, and nobody does this shit because they live on their teams, but you have to separate out what actually happened and consider that. She went to an external force, Turning Point USA, for this. There's no other reason besides attention. That's not a good faith way to get the grade you're looking for in the class you're sincere about. That's not a thing. So, yeah.
Samantha Fulnecki is a junior pre-med student. Oh, I figured out what happened. She realized how much work going the medicine route was going to be. So now,
that's...
knowing she's not going to
Are
graduate,
you being sexist? Is that what I'm hearing?
how is that sexist?
I'm just fucking
I'm
with
saying
you,
she's-
dude. I'm just
He's
fucking-
looking for a lane.
I'm just
to get
slapping your
paid
balls
without
around.
having-
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Listen, she's got to take a lot of biology and chemistry. She's realizing she
No, it's
doesn't
not
remember
easy.
the
True.
periodic table.
not easy,
She's
true.
angling for, I think, a One American News desk job.
Also, this
Good for
article
her.
was so short.
Good for her.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the way the Oklahoman framed this as well. OU student says essay
Oh, that's
grades
a
a
good
violation of
point.
rights. Read the essay. I don't think they
I think
frame it
they're
in
very
any way. I
matter of
think they're
fact about it.
I think they're very matter of fact, and they're just like, hey, read it. Yeah, I think that's right.
They even have the text
Interesting.
chain between her and her.
I saw that. I didn't go through that, but I saw that because obviously we're getting around
like,
their paywall.
It's so
here,
funny
but-
because, again, the headline readers, all they hear is that some poor student in Oklahoma is being trampled on for being a Christian.
True.
If you read, like, they are so specific. I don't know who the TA is, but they absolutely are defending what is clearly very defensible. She got a 0 for a shit essay.
Oh, right. Of course. Of course.
I'm just, and like being very reasonable, giving feedback in the text message is like super long. And then these guys got suspended? The fucking university suspended these folks? Like, that's crazy to me. This is so reasonable. What the fuck are we doing?
Yeah,
and
and
you know
it-
what it is too,
yeah.
right? Like, oh
Yeah.
well, if Daddy Trump gets wind that the Oklahoma University is flunking Christians, then of course they're gonna fucking pull the rope back on these guys because they know that if the wind blows the wrong way, Trump can really come down on you.
Dude,
So
you're
fucking
literally
stupid
describing a
world we live in.
fascist society, but you're right. I mean, you're right. And I'm not trying
is
to...
the world
There's
we
some
live in.
times where I, like, breathe in the fascist commentary, and I'm like, okay, like, we still do have a House and a Senate. It's tricky. Don't get me wrong. But just hearing you say that makes me feel that harder. It just does, dude. Because it's right. He exerts this fucking pressure. That is no checks or balances to it. What else is that called?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, Harvard,
true.
I'm pretty sure
It's true.
Harvard and some university in California have cut his administration very large checks to get their
Yeah.
federal funding
Yeah.
back. What the fuck are
Yeah,
we
because
doing?
you have to know with the amount of institutions there are in universities in the country. They saw the first few in the beginning kind of like they saw what was coming and they just try to get ahead of it. I don't blame any institution for trying to do that. It just sucks that we're in this timeline. But there's no question that every large enough institution did that. Of course. Because you see the things that they're doing. And there's no regard for and now listen, there still is the courts in some ways, but it is getting tricky with that too. But so you could always do because Costco just sued them over the tariffs, and I think stuff like that is great. And I think it's people can be like it's slow and performative, and you're not communistic enough. All true, but at least it's something. So, yeah, you can just. I feel like every large institution that can be seen in any way because they're just big enough to be in the news fears being called out. Of course. In a way that's negative.
Yeah, because he's a
but being
fucking-
Costco and doing that and welcoming it, because he's going to... It's a crazy timeline we live in that Costco would make a choice like that. No, and they're like, oh, yeah, Trump's going to truth about it. They just know, but they did it, which is good.
Of course they are.
Of course, dude. It's fucking crazy what he is.
Of course he
You
is.
can see
All he
that
does
shit
is
on Fox
live
News.
online.
Right. You can see that shit on Fox
Yeah,
News.
for sure.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
It's tough.
It's just stuff like this is so frustrating. The whole thing is so bad faith. And also,
True.
not for nothing, and I know I keep going back to this but like, she's a junior, and this is an essay she wrote. Holy fuck, drop out of college already, please. That's just crazy. to me.
She might
You're
get her
a fucking
wish
junior,
by...
You're a junior pre-med, and this is the shit you're writing. You didn't have long in the academic
first of all,
realm
that's a good
anyway.
point. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. The actual substance of the
I
writing.
understand that it's me being a
Yeah.
dick.
I
but,
mean,
like,
no,
Jesus
listen.
Right.
No, listen. You can always fall back on being a dick if that's reality. Now, some people try to warp reality, but what I mean by that is you can go read the essay. That's tough. That's tough work for pre-med. I know what you're saying. That's tough work. I mean, it's
Not good.
no. That's tough work. All right.
Like if you were a pre-med freshman, maybe pre-med junior, like you're a year away potentially from graduating. But anyways, go ahead. Yeah, we can
I
move
know.
past
Again,
it.
yeah, I know.
The whole-
Again,
the-
all of. I just feel like I agree with you, and all of these emotions flow from the fact that it feels like this person is kicking off their grifting career by grifting this class into a grifting career. That's just what if. Come on, and anybody who disagrees
100%.
with that, that's fine. Tell me why. I'll sit here and talk to you about it. Come on now.
Well, to be
What are we doing
fair,
here?
we have no evidence for that. But the fact that
Don't
this
care.
is so bad faith.
But again, I go back to what I said
I'm
about
led to believe that.
right, and I go back to what I said about opening up a field of I should say opening up a space where people who don't have to have any credentials and can just say stupid shit get to fill that space. That's what you've created. That's what you've created.
Yep.
So you kind of have to own that at the end of the day. So it is what it is.